Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, it's Raven speaking. Hope you're doing well. It's great to be here, and I have to say though that this is a bit of a welcoming experience change for all of us. It is asymmetric battles with the gearing submitted by Riley Toxic here, and she's got some wonderful people here who have joined her in this lovely fine div, which is actually fantastic to see. And looks like we got Texas Sniper here. We do have Expect Nothing and Gaklin 66 and Matt T as well too. But anyways, it is actually a wonderful time to catch up with everybody as well. So the gearing is a fantastic American destroyer. It has got some fantastic torp range as well, which is 10.5, and it has 2 banks right there as well. Now, I will admit though that in asymmetric battles, I have seen Riley come across with some exceptional gameplay and has pulled off some incredible numbers on this thing. So, for what it's worth, ladies and gentlemen, it is actually very interesting to see what is going to be happening and going forward in this match. Now, for what it's worth, I mean, I suppose I could fast forward this a little bit. But I'll probably just let it go and just enjoy the view. So first and foremost, Christmas is around the corner, folks. While we're waiting, so Christmas is around the corner. Get ready to enjoy the Christmas event that is coming soon. And I have to say though, folks, that Christmas is a little bit tricky and a bit of a touchy subject for everyone in the World of Warships community. The short version I can tell you is this, that in regarding to Christmas side of things, just remember to not overspend and always enjoy yourself as well, okay? That is my only best piece of advice in going forward for that. Same thing with the Black Friday stuff, and there's a lot of good outcome in terms of Black Friday. I have seen and heard some wonderful, great news from different people that they have won a lot of great stuff in terms of the Black Fridays, tokens and containers and such. It was, I believe, an unexpected but welcoming sight, definitely for sure. So it's actually something that I'm very, very happy to see that has happened to a lot of wonderful people out there. Now, I will admit though that looking at how the gearing gameplay is actually a bit scary at the moment, because Riley is moving up closer in range to be detected by different ships like the Shimata here, but she's torping a lot of targets at the moment. She's got the Torigo as well as this cruiser here, the Shimato, so they're both being taken out, and then followed by the Omino, which is soon to be another ship to be destroyed. But yeah, it's actually just a fun and engaging night for sure. So for what it's worth though, I'm actually very, very impressed with the lineup, how everything's been happening. So it looks like that they do have an abundance of ship choices to go up against. The Citadels on the Omino is actually fantastic with the AP from the gearing, and the gearing can penetrate the Omino quite well, and that is something that a lot of people are not expecting that. Remember to rotate between your HE if you need to be done that way. So it looks like that the opening Kansas, Vladivostok, Moscow, Harlem, Uganda, Utrecht and Benson Lightning are left over to go. Now, I will admit though, folks, that did you know that in terms of the World of Warships homepage, that there is some details about the King of Sea for the tournaments for the next 2 weekends coming up soon. Now, if you're interested in your Twitch drops, make sure you actually got the Twitch drops connected to your Wargaming account, and of course, enjoy the rewards when you do see your King of Sea streamer as well too. I'm actually looking forward to it and see how this match unfolds as well. Looks like these talks are going on this Vladivostok very, very nicely, and it's an exceptional kill right there. I have to admit though, Riley has done one thing that I always loved about her DD gameplay, is that she is very professional, clean, and she does a very good job with this warship, for example, that she doesn't get much damage on it. I have to admit though that there are some people like myself who have a tendency to do a Leroy Jenkins maneuver, and well, it's not all about just rushing in and just getting the job done. I mean, like, there are better gameplays out there where you actually take the time, do the time, and actually do it well. She's doing a fantastic job with the asymmetric battles with this one. I was actually curious to see if she ever had done a random battle with a destroyer with the amount of damage she has, you know, pulled off right now. But I will admit though that this is simply just one of the best things you have seen in asymmetric battles. One thing I can say is that in terms of the gearing, it is a great fire starter, and at the same time though, with the gunfiring range that it presents itself, is exceptionally very nice overall. And looking at the torp range as well, that she's got a torp range of 10.5 with a good speed of torpedoes as well. And as I look on this one here, that the gunfiring range is actually fairly decent all around. Now, I will admit though, the gearing is actually very good in terms of kiting, smoking up, running away as well. So it's nice to have your smoke and injury boost conserved when you need to, and it's actually great to be used overall. Now, I will admit that this is something that I've been closely watching her gameplay in terms of how she commandeers her destroyer gameplay. She's playing it cool, she knows that the lightning was coming over and pretty much just took her out. But at the same time though, there has been some interesting turn of events about how the ship can be used defensively as well. Like, for example, that with the radar going on from the Kansas, she's pretty much exposed, but she is actually kiting away from the Kansas and hasn't dumped any torps because all the torps are still under reload time. So at the moment though, it's actually very interesting to see what happens here. But yes, that's pretty much the gist of it, about the reason why behind it. Now, interesting. Alright. So it looks like that the Uganda is coming across and start attacking, shooting shells at the John Bart. The funny thing is, when you see a cruiser going up against a battleship, especially like that, the the cruiser, if it's angled, it's begging to be hit. Definitely, for sure. Looking very good so far with this match. She's done very well though. The gearing actually doesn't have a repair party, as you can see, but she has played this ship very good defensively. Alright. Good gun firing range, at least, you know, nearly 19 clicks. Well, that's not 19 clicks, that's 11 clicks. Nearly 12 clicks there. I have a feeling that this gearing has at least a good firing range of maybe 14 kilometers, I think. No, 11.1. There you go, 11.1 gun firing range. That's actually pretty impressive though. Gearing does, you know, shoot pretty long range, but at the same time that it is a very good fire starting warship as well. Okay. Okay. So it looks like Riley is moving the gearing to the Baltimore. Now the Baltimore is waiting there, and it's got the Utrecht there. Okay, could be interesting and disastrous for them. Torping them both. Oh, she's done a good job angling it. Okay, she's dumped her torps. Okay. This is very, very nice. She scored another kill on the Baltimore there. Oh. Oh, no, torp hit. It looks like Utrecht got hit. And flooding. And gone. And looks like that last torp might hit Kansas there at long range. But yeah, this is actually a very, very nice game of over 220k damage. That's actually exceptional gameplay there, Riley. And, you know, for what it's worth, folks, I mean, like, a big shout out again to Riot Toxic. Fantastic individual viewer who has been sending us some lovely replays. So, overall, she has done over 234,000 damage with 8 kills, 2 assisted in destruction. Now, this is a new thing that's happened in patch 14.10, guys, that now we do have assistance in terms of destroying ships, and she's done a good job with citadels, incapacitations, fires, causing flooding, and look at the amount of shells right there. That's a fair bit of whack right there. 14 torpedoes, and a big shout out and thanks to Expect Nothing, Maddie, Gaklin 68, and also Texas Sniper for this opportunity. Now, if you haven't checked out Texas Sniper, folks, he is a wonderful streamer all around, so go check him out and give him a follow. And that is a beautiful replay there, Riley. So hopefully we can see an exceptional DD game replay from randoms. Hopefully, one day. But, you know, for what it's worth, folks, it is a great video. We loved it. And thank you again, Riley, for sending it through. It was absolutely one of the best videos I've seen today. Until then, stay safe and take care, everybody. And action stations.